New Orleans is it's an idiosyncratic American city, and we were generally characterized nationally as having a very poor education system. I think that if you looked a little deeper, what we had was a very unequal education system, where we had some of the best schools in the state. Ben Franklin Elementary comes to mind. We also had a lot of very poorly performing schools. We had a very high functional illiteracy rate in the city, and we had a number of very serious problems. Compounding this, we also had some issues with corruption in the local school board. So we were in a very poor state as far as public education goes when Hurricane Katrina hit. Since the storm, there has been this tremendous change, and it's a very multifaceted change. First, the state took over the majority of public schools in New Orleans, and actually actors at the state level changed the rules so that they could take over not only the schools that were most failing, but the schools that were at or below the state average. Then a vast majority of schools were chartered. Throughout this process, 6,800 teachers and education professionals were laid off. Basically just told, see you guys, no health care, no nothing. You can come back and reapply for your old jobs as they become available. And then since then we've had the largest portion of charter schools in a public school system of anywhere in the country. We have system-wide problems. And I'm not really sure that I would want to endorse either system currently operating in New Orleans. Particularly, the Recovery School District has major problems. However, I have grave concerns about the potential for new structural inequities with the charter system. And what we have in New Orleans, again, it's a particular idiosyncratic city, also we're the only city in the country that I know of that has a majority of charter schools. So in many ways we've replaced much of the public school system with a system of systems of all of these individual charter schools.
And who governs those charter schools in New Orleans?
Well, technically, they're under the authority of either the Orleans Parish School Board, the Recovery School District, which is the body that takes the schools that are taken over by the state, or the Board of Elementary and Secondary Education.
And when you say technically, does that mean that no one's actually doing any governing here?
In effect, the charter operators are given tremendous leeway.